I guess you think you're better because a man picked you and that makes you holy and pure under God's eyes and that you're not an SW? You in fact are. All women are S workers in the eyes of a man. All women. You might think, no, like it's a holy relationship and we're together and we're in love. Actually, no. Stop having schmecks and see what happens. You're doing free S work, matter of fact. Actually, you're doing like the cheapest S work. Maybe it's not free, but it's for the cost of room and board, right? Also, God that you are probably talking about preaches about purity culture, and it basically also, once again, tells women that they need to be pure for a man, right? Ugh, it's so yucky. Yeah, because men, in fact, do see us as workers, okay? And the only reason that you're supposed to be pure for a man is to once again pass you around as property. From your father to your husband, property, meaning we are objects in the eyes of man and in the eyes of the God that you believe in, okay? All women are things, okay? Women are not seen as individual human beings on this planet. Within every religious text, I'd say, we're seen as a place to grow a baby for a man, a place to grow a new lineage for them to also pass down property from one man to the next, okay? So actually, we are being used in the entire excursion as women. But that's not something you care about because you think that you are special because you picked a godly man. Might I add, godly men, religious men, all cheat as well. All men cheat, okay? And it's even more interesting because a lot of the priests, leaders, whatever, of all of these religions often get caught being absolutely fucking horrific criminals, don't they? Doing things that maybe I shouldn't mention on this platform, correct? So there actually isn't a master formula that you have about finding a good man and making sure he's godly and praying and finding your own purpose. Men don't care about us, okay? All of them don't care about us. And if you think that I'm lying, are you saying that all the other women who were with a religious man are also fucking lying about their experiences with them? Is that what you're saying? Are you calling all women liars? Interesting. So you are on the side of men. That's fine. They will pick you. I assure you they will. And then you will also learn the hard lessons over and over again that have made life the way it is for us as women, right? So you're not special in the eyes of a man. No woman is. We are merely objects, property, things, holes. You need to wake up.
Even though this video is going to break your little heart, I want every woman to watch this video till the end. Women are finally accepting the reality of who men truly are. I'm going to roll the clip that I was watching. I'll be sharing my thoughts at the end of the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Drop your thoughts in the comment section, and I'm going to share mine at the end.
Men and women are not raised to be compatible in this society, and this is for a lot of reasons. From the beginning of time, love has always been about control. I need to put love in quotations because it's not real, okay? It's always been about control. It's never been about two people coming together because they're so in love. It was a matter of, I'm a man, I have property. If you want to have property and if you want food or resources, you have to pick me. That's where this love shit started. Modern love, as we know it, came from the diamond industry post World War I and World War II, okay? They said, oh, look, the women are getting more independent. They are getting more resources. We need to bring them back in the house and sell them another fucking dream. So that's what happened with the diamond industry. And from that, we get a lot of these manipulation tactics from men about love. This is the modern joke of love that we are seeing right now. And men and women have never been compatible enough to make this little love dream happen. Sure, it is rare when people come in my comments and they're like, but this happened and it is so fucking rare that it's so stupid to sell this dream to every single woman on this planet. It's so fucking rare, okay? Even the people that we see that are together for 30, 40, 50 years, we do not know what actually went on behind closed doors. So I don't really want to fucking hear it about they were so in love, because half the time, maybe even more, three-fourths of the time, right? It wasn't actually love either. It was about two people who settled for each other and had to work through the hard times. Did they have to? They didn't, okay? But it's this fake idea of love that you have to deal with all the bad things together, then you get out on top in the end. No, you fucking don't. It's literally a fucking lie. It's always been a fucking lie. This modern idea of love that men like to use as a carrot on a stick is just to get coochie. Okay, it is just to get coochie. They will sell a dream just to get coochie. It is that fucking simple. Men are not monogamous. They do not care about being with one woman and ending it there, okay? They don't fucking care. We need to face that reality. They tell us all the time that they're not monogamous, okay? They cheat all the time, okay? Women aren't divorcing at these rates because love is real, okay? Women are divorcing at these rates because they're realizing, oh, I don't actually need to stick it out with you. I actually can get my own fucking resources, and I would rather do that than play this little dumb game of love with you. Married men are single men, okay? All of them are fucking single. They go out and they still act single. It is a lie. It is a delusion, okay? Created by men to control women. It always has been and it always will be.
One of the reasons that I be telling y'all to love yourself first is because men are like piranhas. They know which of us will be easy to manipulate because we lack self-love. When men know that you are seeking love and validation, that will be the carrot that they dangle in front of your face and never let you take a bite of. Know that if you are seeking love, that you will be easy to exploit. Men who know that women are seeking validation and love from them never give those women that. They use that as an opportunity to run her into the ground and to use her for everything she is worth, while promising them that one day they will be loved and respected and appreciated. It is never going to come to fruition. You are going to be on that hamster wheel, working hard, doing everything that you think you have to do in order to make that man who is never ever going to love you. Love yourself first, because piranhas can smell blood in the water. Women who are seeking love and validation from men, you will be victimized.
Don't need to be sleeping with people for free because it feels good, okay? Do it feel good to be broke? I bet you it don't, okay? If you are actively sleeping with a man, you should never be broke. If you are, you're doing it backwards. Okay? If you still taking your butt to work, you doing it backwards. Unless you own your own business. So I'm just letting y'all know.
Understand that a man wanting to sleep with you does not mean that he likes you. Men will sleep with anyone who's willing to sleep with them. They will even sleep with women that they say they're not attracted to, or that they're actually not attracted to, because all they care about is sexual release. Some men will even sleep with other men, even though they're not gay. Which is why I keep on saying, stop basing your worth on whether or not a man is interested in you. Don't be flattered by a guy telling you that you look good. You already know you look good anyway. Does he actually respect you? Does he want to hear your opinion? Does he value what you think? Does he respect your boundaries? Does he allow you to carry on the relationship at the pace that you feel comfortable with? Sex does not equal love, or even like.
Majority of women cannot play the game that Shira talks about, mostly because most women are too emotional to play that game, okay? We can look at the Wizard Liz and see this, okay? Landon was love bombing her, doing all the right things, buying her all the bags, doing whatever the fuck he was doing, right? But at the end of the day, she let her emotions get in the way and got pregnant by a man in less than 6 months or something like that. This is why women should just stay away from the game. This is why women should just be aware of the games that men play, okay? I think altogether women should delete dating apps. I think altogether women should just focus on themselves, but that might be radical, I guess. Because most women are not aware that they're in a game, you know? Most women are still chasing love. Like, most women will get heartbroken and get back in the game. Most women will go be sent to the hospital over the game and then try again, you know? Most women will be in therapy and then their therapist will tell them, well, you got to get back in there. You got to get back in there and try again, you know? You just never know. And then the same thing happens, you know? It's a pattern. And some women will say, well, I found so-and-so, so it has to be out there. When all women are actually just digging through needles. All right? It's not even a haystack with a needle. It's just needles that will hurt you and poke you, okay? Just trauma. Women are more emotional about these things, and men know that women are emotional about love, okay? Men know that they can pretend to be Prince Charming. Men know that they can play the game and benefit from it. Men are fully aware of the game. Women, on the other hand, are not. okay? Women, on the other hand, think that men are doing these things out of the kindness of their hearts and that they are also looking for love. Men don't care about love. Men don't talk about true love. Do you really think that men are in their fucking friend groups being like, I can't wait to go in and swoop women off their feet? They don't fucking care, okay? They don't care. They would rather get around this planet, try all the flavors, never be tied down, and vibrate so low that they drag everyone else down with them, okay? Men don't care about love. So on the other hand, women are being fed this lie about love that makes them chase this imaginary thing in every single man. And they're like, wow, why do I see this pattern? Because men don't love, okay? Men are not the Prince Charming that you thought you were gonna get when you were younger. They never have been. And women know this, it's just women don't want to let go, okay? Women want to keep trying. After coming out of the fucking flames, burnt to a crisp, women go right back in, okay? And especially with Landon and the wizard Liz, she went from a relationship straight into another one. And a lot of women do this, okay? A lot of women think that they don't know how to be alone. A lot of women think that they have to go to another relationship. A lot of women don't heal, because if women actually sat with themselves and healed, okay, they would see that they can do it all on their own and that they don't need a man to fill some void, and that they were always the ones that were going to fill that hole inside of them. Because that's what happens after every single breakup, right? You get your heart broken and then you sit with yourself. Well, I mean, some women, like I said, a lot of women go from relationship to relationship. But if you actually sit with yourself after a breakup and you start doing this whole healing thing and you start thinking about yourself first, you start putting your hobbies first, you start caring about yourself first, you see that you are capable of filling this void all by yourself without a man. But then as soon as women often get healed enough, they're like, okay, it's time to go back into the flames. It's always been a game. And until women understand that it's a game, women will just keep getting burned. So.
Men partner because they want free labor, and women partner because we've been taught that we want romance and to seek romance at all costs necessary. I was on the phone with my grandmother yesterday, and she is a 90-year-old woman. She was telling me about her sister, who's a 94-year-old woman, who is in a partnership, not a marriage, partnership with a man that she has been with for a significant amount of time, and how he has a lot of demands in his old age. So that my grandmother will be on the phone with her sister, and she will have to be like swatting off her boyfriend, saying, you know what, give me a minute, I'm on the phone with my sister, I need a minute, like, I want time to myself. And he is just extremely demanding as he is in his old age. And it gets me thinking where women are not allowed to be themselves when they are in partnership with men, because men are so demanding for our time, our energies, our bodies, our space. And women have been conditioned to seek partnership with men in a romantic setting because they think that that is some level of success because of what we have been spoon-fed. Movies, books, TV shows, news, all of that is to get women to give their time and labor to men for free.
Are men more afraid of committing to relationships than women? Why? Men tend to lower their standards for short-term relationships and uncommitted relationships, so they tend to be willing to date down if it's not official, if it's short-term, if it's not serious.
I think this is one of the biggest problems in dating, is that a lot of men are not very discerning about who they sleep with and will quite often sleep with women that they don't even find attractive. Whereas I think it's very rare for a woman to actually sleep with a man whom she doesn't find attractive. This is where we run into problems, because men don't come to this woman saying, hey, I don't fancy you, but I want to have sex with you. Is that cool? Because she would probably say no. So the man will come in pretending he's really attracted to the woman, giving her lots of compliments to make her think he's attracted, perhaps even telling her that he's interested in a relationship, just to sleep with her and then completely lose interest because he never fancied her in the first place. The whole thing really sucks because it's dishonest, manipulative, and it's procuring sex by dishonest means. The only way you can really avoid this as a woman is to make a man wait quite a long time to sleep with you, but there's still no guarantee. Some men will then see that as a challenge and they will just do the most and wait as long as they need to in order to achieve the goal of sleeping with you.
My own father admitted to me that if you are like a baddie, you're very successful, you're very well-rounded. He admitted to me that you are wasting your time with men. You are wasting your time trying to find the one. You are wasting your time trying to find love. that goes for all women, but when you are a woman that has your shit together, you're really going to be running in place when it comes to your pursuit. And my father fully admitted, he was like, a very beautiful woman and a very successful woman, when a man wants to actually be adjacent to her, in most cases, it is in an attempt to take her down. It is to humble her. It is to take her down a lot of notches, because at the end of the day, men are ego derived. They have all of their thinking. Their being is rooted in their ego. So they want to be able to reflect what they feel as though their ego is attached to. And for most women, or for most men, they are always going to see women as being weaker, less educated, dumber, just less than, right? Inferior. And so my father actually admitted this with his own life and how he lives his own life. So my father, I'm not trying to brag, but he's like a top 1%er. Okay, he's an entrepreneur and he does like very well for himself, and he refuses to get married because he can accept his nature and he can accept the fact that he's not committal, so he refuses to get married. But he does have a harem of women because, like, you know, my father, he's got his stuff together. And so he like is juggling multiple women, right? And he has a main girl, and then he has like a woman that he dealt with a long time ago who like he kind of stays in contact with, and then he has like a full-on side chick, right? So I lived with him for a little bit to kind of like understand the dynamic, and I started asking him more and more questions because like he wasn't hiding this shit from me. Like he was not hiding this shit from me at all. And so his main girl is like, she has a job, but she doesn't have a career. And is she pretty? Yeah, like, she definitely pretty. But, like, the side chick, like, she's thick. Like, she's got a body, and she's more accomplished than the main girl. Like, the side chick has like luxury vehicles. She has a whole condo. She's like doing very, very well. Like she has a career. Like she didn't have a job, right? Like the main girl does. And so I literally had asked my father, I was like, what made you choose so-and-so as the main? And then what made you choose so-and-so as the side chick, right? And essentially he had said like the side chick, like she gets too much attention, right? She gets too much attention. And essentially it would put him in a predicament where he would have to compete with more people, with more men, because also she's younger than him. The main girl is closer in age with him. He also admitted that the main girl, the attention that she does get, like she gets the attention from like old white men, right? And so that is going to be less competition in his eyes. And also he admitted the fact that like he puts the compliments at like these older people, he puts them on a pedestal compared to the type of attention that the side girl gets, because like the side girl will get attention from like men that are closer around her age. It'll be like more men and things like that. So he had admitted that to me. And so I said, what if I took your main girl and have like, I clone your main girl, but I put her in like a baddie body. Like she's gorgeous, like drop dead gorgeous, like 10 out of 10, but she has the exact same personality as your main girl. I said, who would you choose? The baddie version or your true form main version girl? And he literally said he would choose his main form version of his main girl, because he said too much comes along with dealing with the baddie. Like he would really have to be on his shit and like constantly have to compete with attention from other men if he were to deal with the baddie. Like the main girl gets attention, but not that much attention. She has a job, but she doesn't have a career that could like really outshine him, right? He can be the star. He can be the star of the show, right? My father fully admitted this. And then there was another woman, the other girl that like he kind of would deal with a little bit. So she was actually older than him, and she was far, far, far exceeded past my father when they had first met. And I had asked him about her, and I was like, so why didn't anything ever go along with you and her? He's like, she was just so well connected. He was like, she knew doctors, she knew lawyers, she would go to these galas and these balls and stuff like that. And essentially he said, he was like, I was just starting my career, like, Because mind you, my father is a barber by trade. He be giving me all the tea. Like, if y'all want me to make a video series based off of like the tea that my father will give me from the barbershop talk, please tell me in the comments, because I definitely will do that. But he had admitted to me, he was like, I wasn't shit at the time, and he was like, that was intimidating to me. And so now, he still feels the same way. He's like, she's too accomplished. Like, I can't do anything with that. Like, that means that he was like, at this point, he's like, we're pretty much on the same level. And he was like, I can't deal with someone that is like on the same level, or like someone that I would perceive to be above me, because he has to protect his ego. He has to be with someone that will make him feel better. So he is self-aware enough to do that, which further reinforces the idea that usually when you have your shit together as a woman and you're that girl, men that are really, really, really applying pressure onto you, they are really only doing it because they want to take you down, because they're jealous, because you're challenging their ego. As an ex-S worker, I will tell you something. Men are never going to be flocking to pay for it. A wife is much, much, much cheaper. A lot of the women that are glorifying getting a ring, getting married, changing their last name for a man, really what they don't realize is that they are signing up to be a low-rate S worker. Because logistically, it makes a whole lot of sense for men to get married and have a wife and allow that to last for as long as possible, as opposed to paying out an S worker every time they want it. And the reason being is because, let's be for real, most marriages, women are going 50-50. And if not, the women are either the breadwinner or they are going 50-50. Point blank, period. Y'all literally will sit here and beg, I mean beg, for a $5,000 ring and to spend an eternity with this man. Meanwhile, there's an S worker out there who is going to charge $1,000 for 1 hour just for them to have a good time. Meanwhile, you're begging for a ring to live up under this man, to cook, to clean, to give birth, to raise his children, to be his therapist. And not only are you going 50-50, meaning that you're paying for a man, meaning that you're paying to do all of this shit, but you're begging for a ring that essentially is paying itself off with your labor. Marriage only makes sense if he can do what you can do for you times 2. Even being a stay-at-home mom and him just paying for room and board, no, not enough, should not be good enough. Because essentially, you are a grown adult version of a child. You're still punching in for another man, and you don't get any paid time off, you don't get to call in sick. I gotta give it to patriarchy. They did such a great job at brainwashing women. Because there are so many women that take great pride in working themselves to the bone, to work 40 hours a week, to come home, to cook, to clean, to help the children with homework, to bathe their children. And then when it's all said and done, they still gotta roll over and give their husband some punani. My own cousin is a stay-at-home mom. Even she admitted to me, she charges for it. Okay, she charges for it. He does not get access without him paying for it, which is how it should be. More and more women are waking up to the idea that essentially, you being a wife, you are really nothing more than a cost-effective plan for a man.
Seeking love for men, seeking validation for men means you're going to get exploited. When you're desperate for love for men, you're only going to get used. That's the more reason why you need to love yourself first. Put yourself first above any man, above any relationship. When you put a man above yourself, you're going to get hurt and you're going to get disappointed. Men are going to embarrass you. In this day and age, it's very risky for you to love a man, for you to trust a man, for you to completely give yourself to a man. The only way for you not to get hurt is to decenter men. Is to understand male nature, understand the way a man's mind works. There are so many things that I've learned from these women in this video. Love is just a fallacy created by men to get whatever they want from you, to sleep with you. A lot of men don't really love you, they are coming to use you. Most men see their wives as a source of free labor, free sex, childbearing. That's why Shara Stephen says you shouldn't sleep with a man or date a man who isn't taking care of you. Most men see all women as sex workers with different paychecks. And I always hear men say this, every girl has her price. They always say things like, every girl has her price. If you want to get any girl, you just need to know what her price is. A lot of men view you as a sex worker with a paycheck. That's why a lot of men see love and relationships as a game, and that's why when they come into your life, they place you on a budget because they want to use this money to get whatever they want from you. When you're dating a man who isn't taking care of you, who doesn't spoil you, you're the one losing. When you're dating a broke guy, a guy who's stingy, a guy who is sleeping with you and not doing anything for you, you're in a losing game, baby girl. You're losing. You think this man is going to see you as a good, understanding girlfriend. You think he's going to understand the fact that you're not demanding, so it makes you a good girl. So a lot of these men, you're giving them free sex with nothing. And they see you as cheap and easy. And you're a dummy. There are a lot of these men who, the minute they get in between your legs, they consider you to be cheap, to be easy, because they didn't spend a dime on you. They didn't invest any amount of money on you. They didn't do anything to get you. So because they slept with you, they consider you to be cheap and easy. This is why Shara says you should never be with a man who isn't spoiling you, who isn't spending money on you. And the minute you sleep with a man, he loses interest. Women who don't sleep with men get more out of men than the women who sleep with these men. When a man is sleeping with you, he doesn't see the need to put in so much effort to win you over, because at the end of the day, he's gotten what he wanted. But when a guy doesn't sleep with you and you let him invest in you, you let him put in time, effort, energy on you, this man will value you when he finally gets you. A man who spends money, who invests in you, is always going to value you. He's always going to value you more than a man who doesn't spend anything on you, but you're giving him access to your body. When you give a man access to your body who isn't doing anything for you, he is going to consider you to be cheap, easy, and desperate. But there's another girl who is keeping herself to that man who has high standards, and this man is going to value this girl because he didn't have her easily. He doesn't have her easily. She has standards and she makes it hard for him. The whole purpose of women knowing who men really are is so that women should not be used. It's so that women should not expect much from men. Women should know the character they are dealing with, so that you can understand the games men play, and so that you can protect yourself from not getting played, used, and manipulated by men. I'm going to end this video by saying this: put yourself first, decenter men, love yourself more than you love a man, because men don't really care. And if you have to get into a relationship with a man, get into a relationship or marry a man who loves you more than you love him, a man who loves you and treats you the best. Don't settle for any guy who is broke. Don't sleep with men who don't invest in you, because the truth is, when you do it, you are making yourself look cheap and easy in their eyes. They are going to see you as a dummy, an easy target. When you make it hard for them, they will value you more because they see you as a challenge. It is better for a man to label you difficult than to label you cheap. It's better for a man to say, this girl is proud, she's very difficult, I can't get her easily, she's playing hard to get, than for a guy to see you, to label you as cheap and desperate. Everything that these women have exposed in this video is the bitter truth that we need to start accepting about men. I've learned a lot from these women, and I wanted to share with you guys so you guys can also learn. I'm going to end this video here because I don't want to make it too long. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Drop your experiences, add more points. I'm dying to see them, and I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Bye. Love you.